All right, this is it. This is the last in my series of photos that I took at Holmes Lake in Lincoln, Nebraska, my hometown. This was on the foggiest day I have ever been in personally. It was a incredible experience to be there with my wife, our kids, my brother, his wife, and their two dogs, and we just walked around the lake. And this was after we'd already walked around. We'd been there probably an hour. We'd walked around most of the lake, and as we were, I wasn't like getting tired of taking photos. I had taken a lot of photos, and the 3 weeks before this, you've seen three of the photos I took. But I think I was more like, I wouldn't say I was used to it, but I was just like, I don't know. I wanted to just move on. I wasn't like, when when you first get to a scene that you've never been to before, you have that feeling of like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I got to capture every part of this and take lots and lots of photos. I think that feeling had worn off at this point. But as we came across this scene here, I thought there is something special to see here. And this could be one of my favorite photos of the year. I'll find out as we go throughout the year, but this turned out incredible. I don't even think I cropped this. If it was cropped, it was just like a tiny little bit. But like, the reason I say that, the scene that you are looking at here is exactly as it was presented to me, with, like, no edits, maybe a tiny bit of cropping. I even shot this with my 50mm lens, the same lens I've had since, I don't know, like the May of 2012. So I've had that lens for about 14 years. I don't know when exactly I got it, but it was like way early on in my photography journey. It was shot with my D750 full frame camera, much better than my old D200. But the point is, I didn't shoot this with any fancy gear. It was the most basic lens you can get outside of just a normal kit lens, and yet, to me, this scene is, I don't know, like, it's incredible. I love the fogginess of it. Like, you feel this oppressive sense of nature looking at this. There's no motion in the water, but you have those reflections of the trees on the left. You've got the tree line in the back, just covered in fog. You've got that bench on the left to provide a sense of scale. And then I think the most important element of this might just be those headlights. And when I took this, I was kind of annoyed at that car. I wanted it to go away because I wanted this scene to have a sense of purity to it, where you didn't see a lot of artifacts of human civilization, even though, which is kind of ironic because the lake is an artificial lake. But still, like, I didn't want people walking around. I didn't want cars. I just wanted this scene, this foggy scene. And yet, those headlights immediately add a sense of context and place and dimension to this image that was totally missing otherwise. You get a sense of how far away that car is. There's two headlights, and we all know how big a car is with two headlights. Like, it's something that we can all relate to as we look at this. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any idea how far away those trees in the background were. You also get a sense of how foggy it is because we've all experienced headlights in the fog. So there's all of these things that are added to the photo by just those two tiny little dots of light. And it actually makes me think of The Shining, that Stephen King movie. It was a Stanley Kubrick movie based on a Stephen King novel. But so much of that movie just feels oppressive with the surroundings that the characters are in. And that's what I feel when I look at this photo. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I shot this at f4 on a 50mm lens on at this point, like a 12-year-old DSLR. Like, there's nothing fancy about this. And yet, the image that it created, that this scene created here in this photo, and the feeling and the emotion that it carries of like weight and heaviness, I don't know. It turned out so well. I'm so glad that I was able to shoot this photo. And I think it's kind of appropriate that it's the last in my series of photos at Holmes Lake, because I consider it to be the best.